I married a silly old man. He was dancing a few seconds ago in front of the camera. So I told him I will wait until you pass by. Hi to all of you. Before I start rambling on and talk about everything, um, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. As you all know, I designed Mr. Nutcracker, but he was complaining. No, that's a silly talk of me. The problem I had was I'm missing the female person, and normally you see a ballerina there, and I had something like, let me see if I'm able to design a Mrs. Nutcracker. So in the style of a nutcracker, but still that she is a ballerina. Hi Laura. Hi Naomi. Sorry. Hi Fatima. Hi sweetie. Thank you. Yeah, I had so many headaches, but I will talk about that later. I first like to tell you all the details because else I'm afraid that it will take too long for some people to know all the details. So, what I'm going to do, first things first, I will I how do I say this the best way? I'm willing to order George one more time. So, if you still didn't get your hands on George, you will be able because then you will get this die set and it will make George. I have him here in three styles, in all kinds of colors. If you want to see him up close, click on the link. If you didn't see him fully dressed up and not me holding them, if you want to see them in detail, visit my Etsy shop and you will see a very clear picture of George and the die set and so on. So this will be the very, very last chance for anyone to order George. But as I told you, I designed a Mrs. Nutcracker. She is as tall as George is, so 10 centimeters, and I believe that's about 2.5 inches. Do I say that correctly? Let me double check before I say something silly. No, that's about 4 inches. See? And she will look like this. So I printed her out a little bit darker so you can see her clearly or more clearly. And I've put a pre-order now in my Etsy shop. The reason why I did that is because, to be honest, my money is tied up in all the keychains that I ordered, all the ginkgo leaves, and yeah, I can't do this out of my own pocket. So this way you will be able to get them, but you have to be patient because I will do this pre-order for 2 weeks until the 5th of February because then all factories in China will open again and go to work again because it was Chinese New Year. On the 5th, I'm able to order them. So all orders that are in before the 5th of January, I will place those orders and then it will take 10 days, 10 to 12 days for them to produce them. And then it will take about 10 days before I have them here and I can ship them out. So if you do not like to wait, please don't pre-order. It's as simple as that. It's I can't help the fact that yeah, they have a holiday too, and yeah, that it takes a while for the dice to be ready. So Mrs. Nutcracker is now up for pre-order, and Mr. Nutcracker is up for pre-order too. So I think I didn't forget any details. I'm not sure, but I think so. Oh, one more detail. The first 10 people who pre-ordered George, if you didn't already, or who, and no, not or, and the first 10 who pre-ordered or pre-ordering Georgina, because I call her Georgina, Mrs. Nutcracker, will all get the Happy Mail keychain for free. You do not have to pay for the shipping and you do not have to pay for the keychain. So you will get this keychain with Happy Mail. I took the film off, so this one is the clearest. And you will get it in this packaging with the bookmark for free. So the first 10 who order George and the first 10 who order Georgina. If you order both, you will get only one keychain, and the other one I will give to the 11th person. I'm not going to add two keychains to your order. So, yeah, I have to stay realistic because they cost me money. It's as simple as that, but it's a token of my appreciation for the first 10 people who do order them and who are willing to wait, of course. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Marianne. I'm so happy that you all are here. Thank you. Hi, Heather. Hi, Raggedy Girl. So I have a lot of to talk about and to tell. So, but I wanted to do this first because I know that not a lot of people are going to watch the whole live stream, and I totally can understand. So I wanted to get this out. So if you do not order before the 5th, I will not order more. So this is the only chance. You have a 2-week window to order them, and I know I have to be strict, but that's because um, if I order 50, I have to pay them all. I have to pay for shipping, for custom fees, for producing them, etc., etc. And it's just costing me too much money. The ginkgo leaves. Where did I put them? Because I took them out. Oh, in front of my nose. The ginkgo leaves. I have still 25 of these sets left, and I reduced the price with 45%. So if you want the ginkgo leaves, they are now, yeah, even lower as what I paid for them. So if you want a set, make sure to order them because I only have 25 left. And if you go to the link for the ginkgo leaves, you will see how stunning they will die cut. Yeah, and then the other fun stuff. So I will show them both again so you can see. So this is George and this is Georgina. And yeah, I think they look amazing. And I think you will be amazed how Georgina will look when she's die cut it. I can't show it because I don't have the die set either. I need to order my own one too. But yeah, I thought it was a cute couple, and I'm going to yeah, order them. So I'm very curious to see how many people like to have Georgina next to George. Been so long since I've been able to see you. This is wonderful. Ah, thank you, Heather. Hi, Diana. Hi, Lievert. Diana is a friend of mine. She lives close to me, so that's why I talked Dutch to her. Then the next thing. I'm going to order with the order of Georgina and George. I'm going to order a bow. And then you will think, oh, another bow. Yes, another bow. And I will explain why and how I came to the idea. Well, it's you guys that gave me the idea. I've made this carousel, I believe, 7 years ago, and it's still one of my best-selling digital cut file in my store. So what I noticed is that over time, people asked me about this bow that I put on my carousel at the top. So this little tiny bow, but that bow is a die set or is a die. It's this die. I've bought it in an exclusive set from a company, I believe 12 years ago. I looked it up and it's no longer for sale. So you can't buy the bow anymore. And then I thought, okay, I'm a designer. I can design a bow like this. So what I did is I designed a set with this bow in three sizes, so one's even smaller than this one and one even larger than that one. That set I will also order in a cutting die. I will not do it as a pre-order now, but then you know that that bow set will come, because I get a lot of questions about this itty bitty bow die. Is the big umbrella? Oh, I'm going to go there. Give me a few minutes, Fatima. Thank you, Ingrid. Is the cutting die a cutting die? Is what you should say. Lol. Oh, okay. I know. I mix things up. I know. But yeah, it's I've designed one that looks very similar to this one. Of course, it's a little bit different because even though they don't sell it anymore, I want to give them the respect. It was their design. So it will look 80% the same, but 20% different. And I drawn it. This one I didn't make. But yeah, and you will get it in three sizes. So that set I will order as soon as I can, and that will be on the 5th. Oh no, it wasn't you. You are fine. You said instead of the. Oh, okay. Okay. And now what Fatima is asking me. I've posted pictures of an umbrella that I made. And this umbrella is a story, I have to tell you. I've made this 3D umbrella. Yeah, I hung it as an, how do you call that? A mobile? Yeah, on my ceiling. So that's why this leather strap is on it. But I made a 3D umbrella, a big one. It's fairly big. Let me see how wide it is. How do I measure this? It's about 8 inches across, so 8 inches this way, and the length I have to guess, but it's almost 10 inches long. Let's say 9 inches long. This umbrella is now available as a digital cut file, so no PDF. Please don't think I sell PDFs. And there is a reason to it that I don't sell my PDFs or sell my designs in PDFs. There is a reason to it. So if you buy the file, you need to have a digital cutting machine in order to be able to make it. I do not sell printable and cut by hand designs. Uh, only I believe only one has a PDF file. So do not think that you can make it without a cutting machine. But this umbrella will be sold as a cutting die set by Scrap Diva Designs. So she bought the design from me and she will produce it into a cutting die set. And what I did for the people who buy the cutting die set from her, this rim has now hearts in them. You see that there are little tiny hearts. But I also did my well known, how do you call that? That scalloped edge to it. So you will get two dies. So you can make two kinds of rims to this umbrella. But that one will only be available in the cutting die set because the details in it are too small for a digital cutting machine to cut. So it will not be in the digital file. Just so you know, and you will not be disappointed. Hey, Nicole, you were talking about a different edge, but I can't find it, and so on and so on. So please ask Tracy if she can do a tutorial. You know, I'm confused sometimes. Yeah, I will ask her, but Tracy is at this point very, very busy. She has a new job. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this, but she has a new job. She works in the hospital, and she needs to learn a lot of things, and that keeps her mind very busy. So yeah, I don't know when she has time to make the tutorial and if she is willing, of course. I think so, but I first have to ask, of course. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for your order. I really do appreciate that. And I'm sorry that you have to wait so long, but yeah, um, it's out of my control. Trust me, I wished I had them here and I was already able to package things up nicely and send them off to you. But yeah, those Chinese people have a right to holidays too, of course. So yeah, we have to wait. Trust me, I've been waiting for almost 3 weeks now that I have Mrs. Nutcracker ready. I drawn her, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm on the edge of my seat, willing to order to her, but I can't. Hi, Susan. I'm glad to see you live, and I keep missing them. Ah, but now you have me. Now you have found me live. You two make an amazing team. Yeah, and trust me, I'm very blessed to have Tracy because I'm not able to do the tutorials like she does. I think I don't know how she does it, but yeah, she does them so well. I totally um, agree on that. And there was something else I want to tell you guys. Oh, I have to say a huge thank you. I know you don't buy anything for it. That's a saying in Netherlands, but please know that I'm super grateful for all of you, and I will tell you why. You already know that I am, but for 3 years now, I was debating um, uh, if I should buy a drawing tablet. I like to draw and I like to make drawings, but most of the drawings I make on my computer, and those are what they call static, or yeah, in Dutch we say sterile, but that's not the good word in English. But static um, drawings. And I saw so many vlogs and videos and people who are able to draw out of hand, and I had something like, okay, I'm on a Windows computer and I want to do that too, but so Procreate wasn't an option for me because it goes on an iPad and that doesn't work with my Windows computer. So I was debating for almost 3 years and saving up, and each and every time I had the money, yeah, Ben got cancer, so then I needed the money for that. Our car broke down, so I needed the money for that. And every time I saved up, I wasn't able to spend it on a drawing tablet. But today, I had something like, okay, now is the time that I need to think for one time. Um, a little bit, let me say it like this: I need to be a little bit selfish, and that's not something that I normally do. But yes, today finally I ordered myself a Wacom. I believe you call it Wacom Cintiq 16. If you want to look it up, look it up. But and hopefully it will arrive tomorrow. When I will receive it, I will make a short video and post it on my Instagram or on YouTube Shorts. But yeah, I've bought myself a big drawing tablet, so I'm over the moon. I can't wait, and I owe it all to you because you all buy my dies or my designs, and you work with them, you like them, and that made it possible for me to finally give myself a little present after all these years of designing. So thank you from my heart because yeah, it was something on my bucket list that I wanted really bad, and because of all of you I was able to buy it. So thank you for that. I really, yeah, I feel blessed with the fact that you all are even willing to buy my designs, and that you like them, and that you send me your ideas. And because I do get emails in the morning, and then people are going into details, and then I'm needed to wake up and think, oh, what do they mean? And I like to make it perfect, and it gives me joy, but sometimes also a difficulty visualizing what other people tell me to design. So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle sometimes, but Most of the times I get there. Thank you. Wacom is a good brand. Yeah, I heard a lot of too. Oh, static versus dynamic. Thank you, Ingrid. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, buy it quick before the money is gone. I did. And now I'm poor again. And for the people who want to know, such a machine costs 600 euros. So that's for me a whole lot of money. And the funny thing is, I don't mind buying stuff, expensive stuff. But when I buy it, it's normally for Ben or my mom or my dad. And I never ever think about buying something expensive for myself. So this morning I felt even a bit guilty clicking on buy it now. That's how silly I am. So, thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Ingrid. Yeah, you all are really sweet, and yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, um, now I have to also wait until I'm able to finally get my hands on Mrs. Nutcracker. If you still want to see it, if you tuned in later, I designed her. She looks like a ballerina, and I don't know if you can see this, but I even tried and how do I explain this? Cutting dice have a certain limit what you can and cannot do, and I wanted those straps, but I also wanted like a teeny tiny bow, but the bow wasn't possible. Technically, it isn't possible for them to produce it into a die. And so I had to do with only the straps that wrap around her ankles or her lower leg, but the the ballerina shoes are not attached to the straps. So if you want to give her only the shoes, it's possible. You don't need to cut it off. And I thought about as many possibilities to dress her up. And so some parts are separate from each other, so you can dress her up in a few different ways. I believe three different ways. She's on point, and the ballerina slip. Ah, thank you. Hi, Linda. Hi. Yeah, I will keep her steady in the screen so you can see all the details. I even gave her a brooch. I gave her a feather in her hair because when I was investigating a nutcracker ballerina, there aren't many out there. I was shocked. I thought it would be something way more common. And then I noticed you can only buy a real ballerina that she spread her legs in a certain pose, or a real static nutcracker. And I wanted to give her something more like a feminine look. So yeah, I hope you like her as much as I do. And the only part that I found a little bit difficult was the mouth. Normally, a nutcracker mouth is only like rectangles, and then you or a rectangle, and then you see the teeth. But I wanted her to have a little more boxed like smile. So I don't know if the camera picks it up, but she has an itty bitty of a smile without losing the squareness of a real nutcracker. So it's a mix between those two. I tried to do my best to pick the right um, mouth for her. Oh yes, I'm making the eyeshadow compact now because of Tracy's first tutorial. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Susan. And if you are going to post it on Instagram, please tag me so I can see it. I really would like that. And I think Tracy would appreciate if you tag her too. She is also on Instagram. So, yeah, I'm now, or you will now be able to pre order Mrs. Nutcracker or Georgina. If you missed out on George, you will be able to order him as well too. And later on, together, when I place the order for Mr. and Mrs. Nutcracker, I will also order the bows. So for the people who ask me for these bows, so I will show the carousel one more time. This is how the bow will look after it's finished, after you die cut it. Um, and so then, if you have asked me for the bow set, yeah, I will go and sell those when the nutcrackers are in, so people don't have to wait on all the dice for so long. I hate doing pre-orders, but sometimes it's financially for me not possible to pay everything in advance and have the stuff in, and yeah, and then hope that I sell everything um, that I ordered. It is what it is, and I don't mind telling you the truth and the realness behind doing stuff like this, because it's costing a lot of money, and yeah, I have to pay the factory up front, and the custom fees and taxes and all that stuff. So, and I'm just a silly girl from the Netherlands who is not a millionaire, so I have to do pre-orders. I'm sorry, but yeah. So the first 10 people who pre-order George and the first 10 people who pre-order Georgina will get the Happy Meal keychain from me for free as a token of my appreciation. I wished I could give more for free away, but yeah, that's not possible. I'm sorry, guys. How are you all doing? Because you all are so quiet. I'm normally used that I need to read what you are guys are all saying to me, and I'm waiting for you guys to respond or say something. So, hello, we're here. Oh, yeah, I know I'm silly. Okay, and today, for the people who want to know, the reason why I do not make a lot of videos is because I'm suffering from a lot of migraines the last few weeks, and we are listening attentively to everything you have to say. Ah, we are here just listening to you. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit shy now. Oh, and I have something stuck to my hand, and it's one of George's shoulder pads. So I need to glue it back on. But yeah, the last couple of weeks I'm suffering from a lot of headaches, and 1.5 years ago it started with stings behind my right eye, and they did an MRI scan. They didn't find anything worrying inside of my head. I even got I even got a compliment from the neurologist telling me I have a beautiful brain. And hmm, I think you didn't look well. That's what I thought when she said that to me. But yeah, the stings got severe. I don't know if you know, but I have these glasses, and they have a tint in it. And when my migraines are very severe, I have to put them on, even else I can't even open my eyes. So on the first Christmas Day, yeah, the first Christmas Day, I needed to go to the hospital because yeah, the pains, I couldn't stand them anymore. I took all the pain medication that I had at home, but it didn't help. And then the doctor the doctor inside the hospital told me that he was thinking about migraine attacks. He gave me pills that they normally give to people who have migraines, and they were helpful. But the funny thing was, well, not funny in a way of funny, but the weird thing was that when I got an attack, this part of my nose got like it's clamped, and my nose got ice cold, like it was below 40. That kind of cold, so painful cold. And when I took the medicine, it went a little bit better, but then I needed to take a hot shower to even be able to keep my own body warm. So And then I discovered, no, she wrote, I have to think what happened in after that. Then I went to, because when you go to the house doctor in the Netherlands or to the hospital, they always advise you to go as soon as possible to your own house doctor. That's what I did. They made a subscription for me to go to the hospital to a neurologist. And then I figured out, well, I'm now waiting for 3 weeks, but I don't hear anything from the hospital when they are going to see me. And I called to the hospital, and then I found out they put me on a waiting list for 6 months. And I had something like, I'm not going to deal with this pain for 6 months, and not knowing if the medicine that I take is um, belonging to the problems that I having. It's hard to explain in another language. So, to keep a long story short, I called a specialist clinic in the Netherlands, but then you have to have a subscription from your house doctor again. So, I needed to go to the house doctor. They changed my subscription to the clinic. And finally, today I was able to go there. I talked to a neurologist there. She examined me, and she I think she was able to read my mind, because she asked me, would you like to have a brain scan again? And I told her yes, because it's worrying me what's happening in my brain. Sometimes it feels like I've never ever been drunk my whole life, because I don't drink alcohol. It's not that I don't want or have anything against it, but I just don't drink alcohol. I'm not brought up with alcohol, let me say it like that. So the only time I drink alcohol is with the New Year, when we celebrate New Year, and then it's one glass, so that's all I drink in a year. And but when I have an attack, it's like somebody inside my head is pulling on my eye muscles, and it makes me feel like I'm drunk. Makes me feel nauseous. Um, I'm going to squeeze my eyes, and my nose gets really cold, and then I get the stings above my eyes. That's what I suffer from now. So, and the happy news is that she is going to do a scan next Monday. So next Monday I will be able to go to Amsterdam and then get a scan, and then the Monday after that, I will hear the results of the scan. And on one side, I hope they find something, and the other side, I have something like, I hope they don't find anything. But I think you can relate what I mean with that. It's just hard for me to explain in another language. But yeah, there must be something wrong inside my brain, what's causing me this much pain and all those things and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see and hope that they can figure out what's going on in that crazy brain of mine. Well, I don't know. Oh, oh yeah, Ben is nearby. Sorry, Fatima. Yeah, Ben is sitting here too. See, I will turn the camera on. Ben, can you wave? Yeah, he is here too. Yeah. Zolmitriptan is the only thing that worked for my migraines. Okay. Yeah, I now have something like sumatriptan. That's how they call it. But I have no knowledge of migraine pills and stuff like that. I think it's just a matter of the fact that I've been under so much stress the last 4 years, and that my brain now has something like everything is more at ease, and now my body is throwing out all the stress I experienced. That's what I think is going on. I don't know what else can cause it? But light and sounds are for me, yeah, a very hard thing, especially in the morning when I stand up. uh, d- I rather stand up with all lights out and dark inside the house and slowly getting used to light. But yeah, that's not possible for me because when I start up my computer in the morning to make new designs, the first thing that shines in my eyes is this bright screen where I'm looking at now. So, so that's why I bought pair of glasses. It's not only the gray tinted glasses, but it's also on a prescription, so it makes images more clear for me on the screen. So that's why I use these. Hi, migraines are the worst. I have them since the 80s. Hope you get some answers soon. Oh, Tina, my goodness. Yeah, I know now what they are, and they are not any kind of joke. Most of the times, I have to admit, I'm a person. Um, I totally can relate when people say I have pain here or there, but I have to admit that when you suffer from it yourself, then you will know what the intensity of that pain uh, consists, holds. How do you say that in proper English? And I sometimes heard my mother complaining about head pains and that kind of stuff. And sometimes I had something like, "Oh, mom, not again! Come on, take a pill." Because my mother doesn't take any kind of pills. She rather complains than take pills. And um, I'm not a pill taker too. But if the pains are so severe, I will take pills because having a lot of pain is no joke. So, but now that I suffer from it myself, I can totally relate. It's harder to relate to something when you don't experience the pain or the discomfort, and I think everybody can relate to that. Um, when a headache is something you can't see from the outside, if somebody has a bump or a lump or whatever, um, you can imagine how much pain that will give on the way it looks. But yeah, these kinds of pains are hard to describe to somebody who doesn't has have them. I tried to explain to my father how they feel, and my father told me, "Well, yeah, your mother is sometimes complaining about the music too." And then I asked something like, "Yeah, but dad, trust me, when you have a headache and certain sounds can trigger that even more. They can even make you nauseous." So yeah, now I'm seeing it from the other side, if you know what I mean. Hi, Eileen. Popping in to say hi at lunch with hubby. Ah, enjoy your lunch. We call house arts GP. Oh, okay. Yeah, we call them house doctors. So yeah, okay, GP. I will try to remember that. Sorry to have to relate by experience, but yes, I understand as many here do. Yeah, see, it's harder when you experience it, or no, it makes it more clear when you experience it yourself. Then you can relate more to the person who has it. And yeah, I have to admit that I sometimes had something when my mother was complaining again, like, oh, here she is complaining again about her headache. I'm guilty, and now I have them myself, and I think, oh, what was I thinking then? Now I feel guilty about the fact that I was thinking that way when she had the pains in her head. So we share your pain. Oh, yeah. So I'm only coming on when my brain is cooperative and doesn't hurt me as much. So that's why I do less videos. But it doesn't mean that I'm not designing or working on stuff and trying to make things that you ask me for. So if you have still any ideas about new designs, you can always send me an email or let me know in a live stream. I'm always willing to listen. And yeah, I think you will be amazed about how many fun designs are on their way. Um, oh, I'm thinking about giving you guys a sneak peek, but don't mention it in the comments. Please do not mention it in the comments. I mentioned it. Okay, I mentioned it. Sorry. Oh, I'm stupid, I know. But some words are just too hard to pronounce. I will try again. um, I have here. I will show them in a second. Um, how do I start this story? Because I need to think about when this story started. Because I know this for months, but I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So Dutch English struggles, yeah. Not stupid, hilarious. Oh, sometimes my tongue twists and I can't pronounce the words correctly, so sorry. Okay. A few months back, I posted something. What was it? Oh, I know. It was the suit that I made. Let me see if I can go and grab it. Um, where did I put it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, found it. I posted this item on my Instagram. It's like a tag pocket where you can take out the blouse. See, I can talk English. Where you can take out the blouse, and inside you can put in a note. I posted this item on Instagram, and then a very sweet lady commented something like, I'm not totally 100% sure what she wrote, but it was like, oh, how lovely, and I think so and so will love this. And I had something like, okay, I never heard of that company, and tell me more. So then she sent me a DM and told me that she was trying to get the owner of that brand to contact me and let me design dice for them. And I had something like, okay. And she was asking me if I was willing to. So she gave me the name of the company, and I looked at the website, and I had something like, okay, that's fun. I never heard of the name, but I will wait. I'm not going to push anybody. That's what I always say to you guys. Don't feel obligated to buy something from me. I don't like to be obligated or pushed or forced, or I'm not ever going to say, ah, you have to buy it now and else something like that. That's not me. I give you the opportunity, and if you don't want to, you will still be my friend. So to keep a long story short, finally he contacted me. His name is Sean, and he and I were talking, and he was like, Nicole, I follow you for a while now, so you know me. And my cheeks were blushing already. And he told me, would you like to design dice for my shop? And I had something like, yes, like a little kid, yes. And then he was talking about, could you make me a set of overalls? So in the line of like what I made, so this, but then overalls. So I designed overalls, and I will show the picture because the card I already sent out to him, so I can't show you the card. But this, and sorry for the glare, this is the card that I designed. So the card on the back of this packaging is the card that I made with my silhouette cameo. That's sometimes necessary, excuse me, um, because then they visualize what you have made. It's sometimes, and I think you all can relate when you see a die set like this, you think, okay, what will it make? And so I put the card together and he was raving about it. And I had something like, okay, slow down. um, he was super excited. So it's now ready in a die set, and he told me that they will be available in his store, Scrappy Boy. Um, it's Scrappy Boy Los Angeles. That's and the website is called www.scrappyboy.com. That's his website. And Sean is a very nice man, a very enthusiastic man, can I say? Um, and so I designed this overalls, card, base, whatever. See, here I go again. So yeah, it will look like this, and you can make a card base out of it. They will be on his website the 17th of February, but you can of course check them out. And then he asked me if I could design a few more dies for them. Um, so I did, and I think it's fun to give you guys a sneak peek. I do not want to keep them in vision a long time because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I think Sean will forgive me. So this will be one with the popcorn and a popcorn box. This will be more clear what it will be later on, but this has something to do with his stamps that he is going to produce. Thank you, in Laura. This is a memory decks with a pocket, and the reason why was he has a few memory decks dice in his store, but they are technically a little bit on the simple side. And so I challenged him a bit to bring out more appealing ones, more intricate ones, more exciting ones, that kind of stuff. So this is one with a pocket, and it will all be more clear when they come out. This is an old vintage camera in a memory decks. This is also a pocket memory decks, but then in a Polaroid. So that's this one. It will all be clear how they will be put together later on, and an envelope memory decks. He is fully into memory decks. He is new to everything regarding dice. So if I, for instance, say him to him a shaker plate, he has no clue what I'm talking about. So then I have to have to explain all these things. But hey, we learn as we go, and these are all, yeah, new experience for him and for me. And yeah, I'm very thrilled to design for them. You have to know that I can't control what people ask for die sets. I can only control what I ask for a design, and everybody who buys my designs, they make their own prices. So I'm not. I have do no sorry. See, I have no clue what he's going to ask for these dice, but know that I have no say in whatsoever. So like Erica, like Adam from Case Craft, like Scrappy Boy Stamps, like anybody else who I design for, Lisa, Anna, because I have one more coming up. Uh, a very sweet lady, a very lovely lady that I designed for. Um, yeah, they make their own prices, so that's not something that I can control. I hope you know, guys know. So that's he is sure is nice. Yeah, I had a very good laugh with him, and Sean is really nice and a fun guy. Yeah, I have to admit, yeah, that sure is. And um, yeah, he has the same kind of humor as I have. So when we chat through email, I sometimes am, yeah, laughing so hard when I read his emails, and you can feel his excitement in the way he writes his emails. So yeah, that's very fun. But then you guys have a sneak peek of what I made for him, and he told me they will be in a store about the 17th of February. So you can keep an eye out on. I am on. Oh, that's cool. Oh, then you know. Then you must know what I mean. That he is a fun guy, especially when he writes long emails. Then yeah, I experience this as fun. And then for the people who always follow me, I'm guilty. Once or twice a year, I go to my favorite scrapbook store and I buy my favorite brand of paper. I know people in America, then you know how we sometimes feel. I know you guys can't buy it, but yeah, that's a new paper pack of my favorite brand, and it's not to poke your eyes out, but then you guys sometimes know when you are raving about, oh, that's new with Michael's or the Dollar Tree, or and then I think I wished I could go there, please take me with you. That's how I feel when I see those videos. So now I know you can't buy these, but yeah, this is my favorite brand of paper, Maya Design, and yeah, I will see if I can take it out. It's a Swedish brand. It's very thick paper, but then you can see all the designs without the glare. But it has balloons on there, and it's always double sided, and you get I believe three of each. Yeah, three of each. So this is one of them. This is the front side, and this is the back side. And everything I dress up, 90% of what I dress up, I use Maya design paper. So this brand. So this is the front and the back side, and this is the front. They aren't cheap. It's in a very expensive brand, but I like it because the paper is so thick, and everything I make makes it way more sturdy. So yeah, that's why I love this brand so much, and I think this one is so stunning. And yeah, then I go crazy when I buy there. You have to imagine she has bins and bins and bins full of these papers, and then I'm going through them like, okay, three of these and four of these and six of these and two of these. And then I'm going to the cash register, and then I think, okay, now I'm bankrupt. So that's how bad it is. But yeah, this was the last page. But these are the new design papers from Maya Design. I absolutely love this brand. I only hate the fact that there is no store in America who sells them. At least not no store that I know of. But yeah, I get a lot of questions about this paper, what I use and what brand and the thickness of the paper and so on. But this is the reason why my projects are always so sturdy, because yeah, of the thickness of the paper. Thank you, Heather. Is echt mooi papier. Ik zag dat je. Yeah, I have posted because I bought it in 6 by 6 and I bought it in 12 by 12. But the 12 by 12 is a present for a friend of mine. So it wasn't for myself, but I bought them as a present for a friend of mine. And I need to ship them out ASAP. Sweet people, I'm going to go. Don't forget, it's the only opportunity to get your hands on Georgina, or if you missed out on George. After the 5th of February, I will place my order and I will not order any more after that. So if you want them, please visit my Etsy shop. Don't feel obligated to buy them. It's only if you want. And thank you for all your support, all your love. And yeah, I will see you soon with new dice because if all goes well, soon I have new ones to show you. I wish you all a nice evening or morning or wherever you are. For us, it's almost a quarter past 8 at night. So bye, thank you, and see you soon. Bye.